If you would like more info on anything involving Frost DK, check back to some of my previous videos. Maybe also try the Ark1g Discord server. They have an FAQ section for Frost DKs. Also, you can also try to leave a comment and I'll answer it later. Remember, there are no dumb questions. We all are just learning here. Right now, I'm standing in my rank 1 garrison doing absolutely nothing. I already hit 3k IO, and I already cleared the raid this week. So I've decided to make this quick video real quick about talents and give you some reasons as to why you go certain talents and not others. And I also forgot to include this into my original Frost DK guide because I'm stupid. Alright, let's begin with row number 1, damage. This row is mainly concerned with damage, and as for the first talent, inexorable assault, I've never heard anyone pronounce this, but that's that. Causes you to passively gain stacks every 8 seconds, stacking 5 times. These stacks cause your next obliterate to deal additional frost damage. This is only used in the obliteration build, and you will never take it in breath. Icy Talons. Whenever you spin runic power, you gain Icy Talons. Icy Talons increases your attack speed by 5% for 6 seconds, stacking 6 times. This is BIS, and its passive helps a lot in downtime and synergizes with Runic Attution if you take it. Cold Heart. Every 2 seconds, gain a stack of Cold Heart, which applies to your Icy Chains, causes your next Icy Chains to do additional frost damage, and stacks 20 times. This could be good in single target, but it's annoying to remember to press Icy Chains every 10 or so seconds, and it deals less damage than Icy Talons will eventually do, so it's up to you whether you'd want to take it or not. In row number 1, Icy Talons is definitely the best option, and it's passive. It also is constantly up during breath, so you have no real option here, Icy Talons. Row 2. Row 2 is mostly dedicated to rune generation, starting with Runic Attution. Your auto attacks have a small chance to give you 5 runic power. This talent is good for gearing. If you don't have around 30% crit yet, it's pretty consistent, but not as rewarding as the next talent. Murderous Efficiency. Consuming a KM proc, or Killing Machine proc, has a 50% chance to refund 1 rune. Saying that you get more Killing Machine procs as more crit you get, this will be better once you are full geared. As you're gearing, Runic Attution is definitely the best. The next talent is pretty worthless. Horn of Winter, I'm just gonna not talk about this because if you take this, you're trolling. Row 3, CC. Death Reach increases grip's range by 10 yards and makes it reset when you kill a monster. It's really good in certain scenarios, like in halls to pull in those range casters and also in PF, but in most scenarios it's not really that worth it, and also in raiding scenarios as in Jailer or perhaps in Lords of Dread. This is you have to take this because it's your responsibility to grip ads, but most of the times it's not really worth it. Next, Asphyxiate is a single target stun that lasts 4 seconds. Good for PvP, not so much for PvE, but this next talent definitely helps out a lot in AoE. It's an AoE interrupt essentially, Blinding Sleet. Disorients targets in a cone. It also slows them for 6 seconds after. You mainly want to take this as for an interrupt, but as for an actual TC, it's not that great because incapacitates. As soon as any incapacitated target takes damage, it breaks. This is more as for an interrupt to stall out your mind freeze. Blinding Sleet is definitely BIS here, as interrupts and keys are very important. Row number 4, AoE. Avalanche is definitely the best one here. It's literally the only one you can take. All the other two are pretty much jokes. Frostlight was good during the first 2 seasons, but whenever you consume a Karayan proc, Icicles hit your target for extra bonus frost damage. The best option by far in this row, and I won't ever take the others. Row 5 is a defensive row, starting with Permafrost. Causes your melee auto attacks to give you a shield for 40% of the damage dealt by your auto attacks. This is good if you're learning DK, especially if you're going Runic Attution. and Icy Talons, but gets beat by Wraithwalk, similar to Death's March, except you can't cast anything while doing it. It doesn't make you immune to knockbacks or sucks like Death's March does, but it's a nice extra mobility button if you aren't Night Fae, because Night Faes can use Vulpin Spirit. If you are Night Fae, Permafrost is still a good option for the passive Absorb Shield, but yeah. Death's Pact is kind of like a rock, but it causes you to take reduced healing for 15 seconds. It gives you a healing absorption shield that absorbs healing. Not really worth taking, in my opinion. Row 6, AoE. Gathering Storm. Each time you spend a rune while in Remorseless, increases the damage of Remorseless by 10%. Also increases its duration by 0.5 seconds, infinitely stacking. This is BIS in AoE and in single target, due to Remorseless Winter being extremely strong and also synergizing with the Biting Cold legendary helmet. You have to take this. I also wanted to go into Glacial Advance and skip Hippo, but Glacial Advance makes a Glacial Spike shoot from you for about 3 yards, deals some decent damage, but the main thing is that it applies Razor Ice. It's also a Runic Spender. I've always wanted a Runic Spender as an AoE that isn't Breath, and this is what we got for it. It's not that good. You don't really take it. The CD scales with haste. If it didn't have a CD, this would actually be a pretty decent option. But seeing that it does have a CD, it's not that good. It also comes in with your 4-piece whenever you consume a Killing Machine proc. So there is literally no reason to ever take this. Seeing that this video is getting long, I kind of want to hurry this up. So this is row 7 is the big cheese row. This is where all your main talents are going to be. Ice Cap. Your Frost and Obliterate crits cause the CD of Pillar to be reduced by 4 seconds when it's on cooldown. You don't really want to take this, but you might in the future. Obliteration. When Pillar is active, Frost Strike and H-Blast always grant Killing Machine. Killing Machine also has a 30% chance to generate a rune. Now time for the one true king in the Frost DK row 7. Breath of Sindragosa. Also known as BOS. Can continuously deal frost damage in front of you every 1 second. In a cone, uses 16 runic power per second and continues until you run out of runic power. Deals less damage to secondary targets and generates 2 runes upon activation and at the end. This is Frost DK's bread and butter in AoE situations and in single target. A lot of people underestimate its power in single target, but it's no joke there either. If you ever play with a good Frost DK, they're able to hold their breaths for 40 to even a minute. It can crank out insane DPS and is becoming an iconic ability in WoW's development team that now all classes want abilities similar to this, as I see in the new DH article on Wowhead, but it has its cons, making your defensive abilities not really work. I'll go more into this in a video soon, so stay tuned for that. But that's the end of this video. Remember, if you have any questions, just leave a comment or check out the Outros Discord server. You can also, if I'm streaming on Twitch, my Twitch banner should be up there right now. It's twitch.tv/Ark1g. I like to make these videos and also like to make scripts for them. I also like seeing comments and reading comments and seeing support from the community. I appreciate everyone who took the time to watch this. And everyone who decides to like the video. You don't have to like the video, but it does help me a lot to push this video out into the meta. Thank you.